the modern lending stack as a DCP, what is this stack that you require to run your operation? And then the next, I'll cover AI in credit decisioning. I know all of us here are DCPs, so, and AI is this buzzword that before every company, every tech company had to use the word AI to make some sense, yeah? But now I think it is coming to reality, and I think my team is here. They will actually do a demo, practical demo, to demonstrate what actually happens. I'll also talk about collections. I know in lending, collection is huge, and then a roadmap on our way forward. How many of us here run or have an advertisement somewhere, a billboard, or running a campaign? Yeah, I see so many social media campaigns. I'm sure all of you are in one way or the other running a DCP. So by a show of hands, just tell me how many of you are running a campaign somewhere right now, real time. I know I have picked here Platinum, yeah? But I know most of you here are running a campaign, or you have an advert or something like that. I believe this is what we are all doing. So I will start by telling you a story of a lady called Jerry. And Jerry runs a hardware somewhere in Thika Road, yeah? And being the entrepreneur that she is, she has an urgent need of working capital. It's Sunday. Ametoka church, just from the church, he has his family in the car, and then he spots an advert, yeah? A very big billboard from Platinum Credit or from Savannah Credit or any of these billboards. And this billboard tells that he can qualify up to 5 million with his car, yeah? And I know that is the story. Most of us here do secured lending. I'm sure by show of hands, I know most of the people in the room here have a product around secured lending, cash against your car or something like that, yeah? So, what does Jerry do? She sees this advert can actually solve my problem. So, Jerry will pick up the phone and call that number. There's a number there that is written in bold. And it being a Sunday, of course, no one is in the office. So what does Jerry do? You just say, there's no one to help in this session. But then he immediately spots a USSD. And I know most of us here have a USSD code. Most lenders in the room will have a USSD code. So she dials that USSD, *123#. What does the USSD tell him? Enter your name, enter your ID. Yeah, how much do you want? What is the type of car, make and model? And then what does the USSD end with? We'll get back to you shortly. What does Jerry want? Jerry just wants two things. He wants to know, can I qualify? How much? What is the rate? Yeah? Those are the questions that Jerry actually wants. It's very simple. Yet, most of microfinance today are unable to solve that problem. And what if there was a way where the same Jerry would have just gone to WhatsApp and just wrote 3 words. I want 300K to solve my working capital need. And the WhatsApp will have responded within 2 minutes and told him, you want 300K, you will pay 35K at this interest. All you require is your KRA PIN, ID, etc., etc. That is where AI is actually taking us. And I think you'll be able to see this live and practical. So we all spend a lot of marketing budget. Yeah, we have billboards, we have TV ads. I see most of us actually do TSC loans. How many do TSC loans here? Some. I know most people do TSC civil servant loans. Yeah, and I'm sure running an ad in the top media is not a cheap affair. So we end up reaching so many people. We end up reaching 2 million people, but end up converting very few, as in less than 1.2%. And this is actually a real problem in the industry, yeah? So, the fix, what is the fix? The fix is not to add more marketing budget, no. As you can see, and I will demonstrate to you, it's now possible with AI to actually train AI to understand all your products, all the products that you are offering, and it becomes the first line of support, including even giving you quotations for this. And this story is actually a CRM problem, yeah? And I know most of us have heavily invested in your core banking solutions. But what actually, have you really done the same for your customer experience? And customer experience is things like lead visibility. If I asked you today, how well is your social media post performing? Will you be able to answer me? Or will you be able to, or you'll be told, hey, we've reached, this week we have reached 1 million people in Kawangware and in this. The good thing about money or loans, there's a huge demand for these loans. Workflow, discipline. How many of us, I'm one of them who hates when you're making an application, you speak to one of the sales agents, then a day later, someone calls you and asks you, hey, now you upload ID? How much you upload KRA pin? You know, those kind of questions. You wonder, is this the same organization? Yeah, there's this continuous discipline across the way you handle customer A and the way you handle customer B. It's quite different, yeah? Customer history. Does your call center today, can they tell all the channels that your customers have been reaching out? Can they be able to say, oh, I'm sorry, I saw you actually raised a ticket on yesterday on WhatsApp, or you actually called yesterday, and stuff like that. So generally, what I've observed is that most businesses have this lack of CRM, or basically they have not implemented this CRM channel. And the problem is not demand, it's just the friction, yeah? The friction of you are doing manual leads, so every salesperson have their own Excel, stuff like that. Inconsistent experience, because I'll get this experience from salesperson A and not another experience from another salesperson. So there is inconsistent experience across the organization. Disconnected credit analysis. And I'm sure Victor is here. He will show you, and most of you are actually customers of Spin Mobile. We'll be able to show you how you can use alternative data to analyze your customers. Most Kenyans are not actually on the banking ecosystem. Then we also have paper-heavy execution. Yeah, when you're ready to take this loan, how many documents do you need to sign? You're given an offer letter, you're given a loan form, Chattel's mortgage, you have like 20 documents, and each of those documents, you repeat the same things. First name, last name, ID, KRA pin, then you take another document, the same repetition. So definitely, there has to be, something has to change. One of the things that I love about DCPs is that they have proven that there is a market for digital credit. Today, there are 227 registered DCPs. Some of them are members of Kevin Motiso, DIFSAC. And collectively, DCPs have disbursed 133 billion shillings. And there has been a massive growth. But if you were to compare that with the market, imagine 227 DCPs. Look at how much they have disbursed, 133 billion. One bank, KCB, same digital channel, 544 billion. Yeah, NCBA, 1.23 trillion. So you can imagine there's still a huge demand for credit. And we can all attest, yeah? So at the end of the day, what we are seeing is that we have to collaborate, yeah? Why is Visa so successful? because it's a partnership between banking industry, telco. They are able to share data and basically have the data advantage. So at the end of the day, what you're saying for DCPs is that you have to collaborate. For you to be able to outshine or outscale banks, you have to collaborate, partner, and be able to build very good products. And I know DCPs, one of the things that DCP do very well is we have come up with these very innovative products. We have secured financing. You know, banks will take a week to process asset finance, but I'm sure DCPs will take 6 hours and some 2 hours. Some of our clients here take less than 2 hours. We have embedded financing, payroll, yeah? And it is, I'm sure most of you right here do government-based payroll loans. Do you know that there is opportunity for payroll financing in the SME sector? And there's collaborations that you can do. I'm sure Mantu will speak about their payroll solution, Kenneth Mantu. We have SME financing, yeah, where you basically have loan officers in the field, and they're able to disburse money, and you actually tie loan credit to these particular loan officers. Alternative credit scoring. So basically what I'm saying is DCPs are actually innovating, but it's now time to actually collaborate. And what we are saying generally is that the next phase will not be won by who lends most, but who lends smartest, fastest, and safest. So that is the next phase of lending. You've seen that all the DCPs combined are doing less than one bank, yeah? So there's opportunity to actually collaborate and build products that are safe, smart, and fast. And that's the reason why we are here today, because what we've done is we've built an operating system for a DCP. And these are what you're putting together. At the customer level, we bring in a CRM, and a proper CRM. What is a proper CRM? That can actually give you 360-degree view of your customer. Yeah? Not call center, another solution. This is another solution. Basically, so many disjointed systems that your organization cannot actually give a proper experience. So what we've done as Presta, we have unified all these products and all this to give you one operating system to operate your business. So at the customer layer, we deploy the CRM. And mind you, all these systems are unified. When I say unified, I mean that you don't need to log into 20 systems. I've been to organizations where the credit officer has a system he uses. The guys for call center log into another system. And you see that single login is one of the most powerful things that we are providing. At the credit layer, of course, we have our core banking solution that allows origination, appraisal, approvals, loan management. That is at the credit layer. At the data layer, we have collaborated with the likes of Spin Mobile so that you can be able to get alternative data to score your customers. You're able to get behavioral signals, scoring. Basically, you're able to do all kinds of scoring at that particular layer. At the trust layer, we've brought in Identity Africa, who actually are able to validate that logbook or that car that a customer brings. Yeah, you don't need to go to have a small team that logs into NTSA, and then their work is just to check, is this logbook the one in NTSA? What we've done, and you will see today, is that we have already done those integrations so that your credit team can be able to appraise themselves directly from these particular services. So whether it is BRS, whether it is NTSA, AML, PEP, political exposed people, you have one platform that you can be able to do that. At the execution level, which is where is the most critical, you have a very good process, but at the end of the day, you require the customer to come to the office to sign documents. Yeah? And you see, any secured lending, any type of lending requires that you do proper execution of documents. So we'll demonstrate to you today that you can completely go digital or paperless when it comes to documentation. Yeah. So you need to actually, we'll show you those particular capabilities. For recovery, CRM will be able to do all that. You don't need to hire more and more teams. I have gone to companies where a whole floor is just collection people. Yeah, so you'll be able to see how you can be able to put together. So I think this is one of the things that Victor will be excited about, that you don't have your credit teams having to log into 20 systems to score your customers. So on one side, you have a portal where they are logging into Score M-Pesa, and then they log into TransUnion, and then they log into Metropole. You see? So we have brought the appraisal to be one single portal. So you can be able to see you have 42 loans in appraisal, 18 are ready for approval. Basically one environment to score your customers. So what you're saying is, this is the new journey, yeah? From capturing your customers on the web to getting a quote, which is critical. Getting a quote as a customer, I just want to know, can you offer this thing to me? Verifying. Why do you need to log into 25 systems just to verify that this customer is a genuine customer? So we'll show you what you are doing with that. So let's talk about eSign. How many of you have used eSign in this room? Ama eSign, I think most people confuse eSign as you take a Word document and then you have a copy of your signature somewhere, you upload there in the signature, and then you save as PDF, and then you say I have an eSign document. Yeah, that is not eSign. Yeah, so as per the Kenya Information and Communication Act, it defines what a valid document is. So there is what you call simple e-signatures and advanced e-signatures. Simple is, the difference is actually on the level of information that you take from your customers beforehand. So you'll be able to demonstrate the two types of signatures, the simple signature and the advanced. Okay, so you'll be able to see that in live. So you can use the advance in signing your very critical documents, like the chattel mortgage, like the security documents, contracts. And then for the basic signatures, you can use it for your offer letters, the loan schedules, confirmation, those kind of things. And you'll be able to see that in practical. And we have Mary from Zoho. He'll be able to talk more about that. Okay, I'm coming to the end. Recovery. As I've told you, you've seen lenders who have a lot of team members just to do collection. Yeah? Why don't you let AI, how many, I'm sure you have all used ChatGPT. If you look at how it is composing messages, it is way better than your team. Yeah? Why do you need someone to call just to get a promise to pay? Yeah? AI can negotiate on behalf of your agents. You don't have money today. Okay, when will you pay? Next week. So AI can be able to do all that, and you'll be able to see that. So we've actually taken steps, and this is the future of learning. So we've actually demonstrate that you can actually do collection through AI. So what is this future ready? And I've already mentioned is actually all these platforms put together. And I'm happy to have Kevin from DIFSAC, the body that advocates for lenders, and this is what we are putting together. So at the end of the day, slow transformation is actually an invisible risk. We've seen the stories of Nokia. We've seen the stories of Posta. Yeah? So at the end of the day, customers will always pick the person who is most convenient. Yeah? And slowly, the people who are not able to transform, what happens? The market, you lose the market. So as CEOs of DCPs, as CEOs of microfinance institutions, it is about time to embrace technology. So this is a roadmap that I want every CEO to live with, that you have a clear technology roadmap, you have a sharper view of AI. By the time you're leaving this room, you'll appreciate AI more and how you can actually use it in the lending business. You will see how CRM can be used at a practical level. I'm sure most of us have implemented a CRM somewhere, and then it ended up no one is using this thing. So we need to make CRM practical. And that's it for my presentation. Thank you so much. You can scan that code to get my contact. Any question? Question? Burning question? Thank you. I think we'll interact more. Back to you, Salome.
Thank you, Tom. Can we give a hand to Tom once more?